Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You are tuned in with Life's Tea with Dr. G. Dr. G is me. And if you did not know that, then you ain't watched my first video. So I need you to pause this one, go back to that one, watch it, and then come back to this one. Okay, today I'm gonna be doing a story time. And the story time is gonna be about a time where I took a leap of faith. I learned in my first episode, after I posted it, I got a lot of feedback that y'all love that I used the big word colloquialism and then I defined it. So just to clear the air on the leap of faith, it can be biblical or it can be non-biblical. So I will give the definition or I'll give an explanation of what it is. So a leap of faith is the act of believing or accepting something outside of boundaries of reason. Basically like taking action without the certainty of succession. So it's like doing something, taking a chance without knowing the outcome. This story time may be news to some, a reminder to others. It's going to be about the time that I failed college. Yes, y'all. Me, Dr. G. My first year of college was not so successful. Some of you may know, some of y'all may not, but now you know. So I'm going to rewind it back to I'm gonna say high school, just a little brief background story. So I went to the same I went to the same school from 6th to 12th grade. I went to View Park High School located in LA, West Coast. And at that school, we had like a slogan or like a school motto that stated, all students at View Park Preparatory Accelerated Charter High School will attend and compete academically at the top 100 colleges and universities in the nation. 9th grade year, I was a clown, like a full-blown clown. I don't even know what was wrong with me. I know what was wrong with me. I was a kid. I was having fun. Doing hood rat stuff with my hood rat friends. That's what I was doing. Every football game, I was there. Every party, I was there. Didn't miss a beat until I got my first report card in 9th grade and your girl had a 1.3 or something outrageous. My mom she ended all that. I was on punishment for 9 months, didn't open my Christmas gifts until March. My dad was more lenient. I had brought it up to a 2.85 and he was like, you can open the gifts, I got you. And I couldn't open nothing else. That was a lesson in itself. I never, ever, ever let my grades drop below a 3.0. My sophomore year, and then my mom raised the bar junior year. I couldn't go below a 3.7 because I was taking AP courses. And then 11th and 12th grade, it was already instilled in me, so I didn't have to be threatened or punished. It was just, that was the bar. So I was constantly bringing home 4.3s, 4.2s. Nothing less than an A-. When I started applying to colleges my senior year, I had the grades, had the SAT scores, had the volunteer work. I was an usher at my church from when I was 5 till my mama finally let me quit when I was 17. I was tired. I was tired of going to church. No, I wasn't tired of going to church. I was tired of them stockings. I was tired of that skirt. I was tired of that shirt. I was tired of them shoes. I was tired. I love the Lord. And I love to serve the Lord, but baby, we had to figure out a different way because that right there was not it. When I was, when I first started, it was cool. Got to march around the church. For the longest, I didn't know we was marching to give offering. I thought we was performing. It wasn't until I was 15 where I found out when we march, we're supposed to be putting money in the pot. We're not supposed to just be sashaying around. No, you're supposed to be giving. We're supposed to be giving an offering. But anyway, I had all of it. So the number one school I wanted to go to was UC Irvine. I wanted to go because the campus was beautiful. It was in Orange County. It was by the beach. My favorite shows in high school were Laguna Beach and The Hills. So if anybody watched them shows, that is how UC Irvine, that's what I thought it was gonna be like. So that's where I wanted to go. So I found out I got in. Very exciting day for me. Went to school. All my teachers were excited for me. My mom was excited. Everybody was excited for me because that was my goal. And then at the time, UC Irvine was ranked number 44 in the nation. So boom, top 100 colleges, number 44, that's in the top 100. I did it. Fast forward to orientation. So summer done passed. I get to orientation for school. Well, summer didn't pass. It's like the middle of the summer. I get to school orientation. Still excited. We had to stay overnight, so we stayed overnight in the freshman dorms. And it was all freshmen, obviously, because it was a new student. Well, it was freshmen and transfer students, because it was a new student orientation. So went, had the time of my life. Like, they pulled out all the stops. This part, they wanted freshmen to be sold. So we ate at the little commons. We stayed in the dorm, stayed up late. We played games. Never have I ever. We was talking about grown-up stuff. Like, I was like, whoa, this is a whole new level. Met some of the RAs. So during orientation, we also had like a town hall meeting with the admissions advisor, the academic advisor. That's what she was. And I'll never forget, we were sitting in there, and we were sitting in the room, and we were sitting in like seats, like in rows. So it was like, I'm gonna say 20 to a row, and probably about 10 rows. So in her little speech, she said, like, she stopped and she was like, I want you to look to your left of you. So I looked. I said, okay. She said, look to your right of you. I looked. I said, okay. And then she says, one of the people you looked at, could be you, will not make it past freshman year. So me, straight A student, honor roll, cores, decorated, the whole shebang. I'm sitting, I'm like, oh, baby, that ain't gonna be me. That's gonna be one of y'all. You or you. It ain't gonna be me. And if you looking at me, you better look at the person to your right and to your left, because that's the person that ain't gonna make it for y'all. But me, it's gonna be one of y'all. So I was like, that's not gonna be me. I got this in the bag. I'm sure they're a student. What do you mean? Mom ain't raised me to be no failure. You know, just hype. So that was the end of that. Fast forward. I wanted to be, so when I first started college, or when I was younger, I said I wanted to be a pediatrician. I've always wanted to work with kids, and I've always wanted to be in the medical field, medical professional field. So, you know, when you go to orientation, you pick your classes. So they enrolled me in chemistry 1A, bio 1A, and I had a writing course, because that was like the elective. It was a quarter system, so you only took 3 classes at a time. You didn't have to take 4 to 5. Bio 1A, chemistry 1A. So told you in high school I made straight A's. So I took biology, I took chemistry, took physics, took AP physics, all that. Aced it, easy. So my bio class was so hard in college. Like, it was hard. And the chemistry was even harder. And I'm like, we taking tests, I go in there confident and coming out with like D's, F's. How? Me? No. Something's wrong. So I was going to office hours, meeting up with TAs at Starbucks. Nothing was working. Like, I think the highest grade I got on the test was like a C. But you know, I wasn't telling my mom this. Like, you know, she would ask me, oh, school is great, academically wise. But she knew when I tell you I hated that school, hate is a strong word, but I hated that school. It wasn't for me. The campus was still beautiful. The people were still friendly, but it just wasn't my tea. Wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't for me at all. I still continue. So first quarter pass, academic probation warning. You don't get it your first time. You just get a warning. So you have to retake those classes somewhere along your college career and get a better grade. So I wasn't too much focused on it. I was like, okay, whatever. But you still have to keep going. So because I was on a biomedical education plan, you have to keep going. So second semester come around, I'm taking a different science. I think it was life science. It was biology is life science, or the study of life, but it was a whole different class. So I took that. I took another writing class. I passed my first writing class. I got a B in that one. And then I got a D in bio, and I got a D in chemistry. So second quarter come around, I took bio 2, chemistry 2B, and I took the next level writing course, because I was satisfying all my, what do they call them? Electives, I guess. So the writing class, you know, satisfied your elective. I'm great at writing, so obviously I'm gonna take it right. I want an easy A. Sorry, I know it ain't supposed to be easy, but I need an easy A to boost my GPA. So I'm thinking, okay, chemistry 2A chemistry 2B looks a little more familiar to what I took in high school. Just, you know, a little upper echelon. Though that time I got F's, like straight F's, even with turning in my homework, attending, all that, failed. Passed my writing class though. And that one we had to speak publicly in class. I don't like public speaking. So I was impressed with myself. I passed that one. So I'm not telling nobody that I'm doing bad in school. Like, I'm bottling all this in because this is Amanda, straight A Amanda. You don't fail. I didn't feel like that was something I could tell my family, like, oh, I'm doing bad in school. And I know my mom. Like, I'm not gonna tell her I'm failing. Especially when but I should have told her because I was on a full scholarship. So she was gonna find out eventually. But, you know, when I had to tell her, you know, you're gonna have to pay for the rest of my schooling. We're gonna have to figure something out. But, so I'm at second quarter. So third quarter, this is the final one before my freshman year is done. That's when I switched my degree plan to psychology. I did some research and I was like, you know what, maybe the health field, like the human body type health, the medical health part is not for me. Let's look at mental health. So I started psychology. When I tell y'all I did exceptionally well, I loved it. It didn't come easy to me, but I was so invested to where I wasn't just studying to get a passing grade. Like, I was getting into it because I wanted to get an A. Like, I wanted to be top notch again. And then my third class, it's thundering. My third class was like a sociology / theology class. Easy. It was broken up to 33%, 33%, 33%. So the first third was homework, second third was classwork, and then the final third was our final. So we didn't take no other tests, no other quizzes. It was just our final. And then our final was open book, open note, open everything. You could be flashcards, you can bring recordings of the class, you can bring everything. So I was like, easy A. So I was already getting an A in psychology. I was getting an A in anthropology. And then my sociology class, boom, A's. So mind you, so I had academic probation warning, and then after I failed again, I was on academic probation this time, and I had to write an appeal letter to keep my scholarship and everything. This was during winter break, so when we returned from winter break, that's when I took my this new set of classes. So I was taking those classes, took my finals, passed psychology, passed anthropology. So this time for sociology, I had it with my roommate across the hall. And I remember we went to the auditorium to take the final. We get to this auditorium. I don't see nobody that I've seen before in this class. Nobody. Nobody looks familiar other than my roommate from across the hall. And we the ones that shared. She asked me what day the final was on, and I told her Wednesday. It wasn't on Wednesday, y'all. It was the Monday before. And I didn't realize it until the professor got on the podium, and it wasn't my professor. So I'm still having some hope. I'm like, you know what, it's finals, this is college. Maybe they do it a little different. Maybe they do a little mixy rule. They switch the professor, you know, since it's open book, open note, you know, really can't cheat. So maybe he don't need to be here. So I asked the person sitting next to me, I said, hey, you in sociology, blah, 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 whatever the class was. And it was like, no, this is for music therapy or musical art or something. I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, maybe you like left behind from the class before. And they was like, no, like I'm taking a final today for music. I looked at my friend, she looked at me, and she was pissed. I mean, I was mad, like I was like, oh man, like what am I gonna do? But she was pissed. And then she wasn't even pissed at herself, she was pissed at me. Why are you mad at me? You should have been paying attention. If you paid attention, if one of us was paying attention, we probably would have made it on Monday. Mad at me. But anyway, so I'm still not freaking out yet. I'm like, okay, this is college. And I kept for some reason I kept saying this is college. Like, this is college. This is college. This is college. Like that's like that means something. So I went back to my dorm room, emailed my professor, emailed the TA. I said, hey, I'm a freshman. You know, we make mistakes. This is a huge university. I misheard something, missed a date or something, but I missed the final. Is there any way I can make it up? He emailed me back and said, no, I have 10,000 students. If all 10,000 missed the final and had the same excuse, you think I'd be able to make it up for all of them? And I went to him so bad. That's not the situation at hand, sir. I'm 1. You got 10,000, I'm 1 in 10. And my homegirl over here, she's 2 in 10,000. I'm sure you can make it up for us. But he wasn't budging. Like, he didn't care. He did not care. So then I was like, Gotta call Rosa. Called my mom. I said, look, I said, Mom. She was like, what? I said, I miss my final. She said, you what? I said, I missed my final. She lost it on me. And because she lost it on me, I lost it. I'm standing in my room yelling. My Asian roommate is looking at me like, why is she so loud? And I'm just like crying. And then it didn't hit me until we got off the phone and I realized I have failed another class. Failed another class. I told y'all it was a third. You missing a third. 33 and 33 is 66. And that's if you got straight A's and 100% on all of it. And I didn't. I mean, I don't think I got anything lower than a B. But even still, that 66% just dropped to a 59%. So you was at a D. Now you're at an F. So, there you go, y'all. Failed. That summer, they offered me to take summer courses to try and make it up. But when I tell you I was so discouraged, I was discouraged. I started to tell myself college was not for me. Maybe I wasn't as smart as people made me feel like I was, or maybe the work in high school was too easy. I was distraught. I didn't know what I was gonna do. But I did know I did not want to go back to that school. And it's not even because I failed. I didn't want to go to that school because I didn't like that school. I cried. I was 45 minutes away from home. I cried every day for the first 2 weeks. Called my best friend, cried. She was having a blast at her school. Called her, cried. Called my mama, cried. My brother, cried. Daddy, cried. Cried to everybody. I had my mom or my brother, they was picking me up every Thursday to take me home for the weekend. I was going to my friends' colleges for the weekend. I think I stayed over the weekend one time. Out of 30 weeks, I stayed one time over the weekend. And ended up with alcohol poisoning. Never stayed again. So that's my story time. That's how I failed college. So and the way that I felt there, I feel like if I was more comfortable, if I was happier, I probably could have put in the extra effort to make sure that I passed these classes. I'm sure there was more I could have done, but because I was so unhappy with where I was at, like I was blinded. Like I thought because I made it to the top 100 colleges and universities in the nation that I was golden. Like this is it. That's all. Like there's nothing else to worry about. The rest of it is gonna be smooth sailing a breeze. Like no one told me that this is college is a lifestyle. Like it's dead a lifestyle. Like it's not high school, elementary school. You go to school, you see your friends, you come home, go to do homework, go to sleep, and repeat. It's not that. It could be if you're happy, but I didn't know that because this was the only experience I had. I'm a first generation college attendee, graduate, really. My mom, she started college but didn't finish until I finished, pretty much. My brother, school wasn't his thing. He became a boss in another type of way. My dad, he didn't go to college until he was like good and grown. So in my immediate home, there was nobody to prepare me for this. I had cousins, but I'm the youngest in my family. Like all my cousins now are like 40 plus. So I didn't know that I could call them and be like, hey, cousin, such and such, this is going on. Can you steer me and help me figure this out? Like at the time I was 17, 18. I just didn't know. Ignorance, that's what it was, ignorance. And the best way I can, like ladies, hear me out. So y'all know when you're wearing a bra all day long and you cannot wait to take it off. And then for my fellas, I guess I can compare it to, COVID times. So when you're wearing a mask all day, all in the store, it's hot, you can't breathe, and you just cannot wait to step outside, get in your car to take this mask off. That's how I felt. Like that's what it was giving. That school did not give what it was supposed to give. I was ready to hang it up and be like, I need to find a different route. Like I need to find a different occupation or something because college is not it. So I ended up taking, unbeknownst to anybody, I don't think anybody knew, and people might not know until I say it right now. I took the summer off and then I took the fall off. Nobody knew because I told my mom, oh, Lord forgive me. I told my mom I was enrolled in online classes at UC Irvine. Little did she know, I unenrolled myself. I said, I'm going to unenroll before they dismiss me. And then I really got this stamp on my back, failure, on my forehead, failure. Like, no, you're not about to mess up my future for real. So I ended up taking off the summer. I took off the fall. Didn't do nothing but plan. I planned, aligned, prioritized. That's what I did. And that is when I made the decision to pack up my stuff. I told my dad, I said, Dad, I'm moving to Texas. My mama was like, how you getting there? And don't worry about it. How you getting your car there? How you getting your stuff there? Don't worry about it. I packed up my car. Me and my dad drove my 2000 Camry, little Bessie. That's what I called her at the time, Bessie. Me and Bessie, 23 hours. California to Texas road trip, me and my dad. And at the time, like during that time off, I was thinking to myself, like, at the time, that's when like Black Girl Magic was like becoming a thing. Like it was Black Girl Magic, Black Girl Magic, Black Girl Magic. And I was just sitting in my room, like mad, upset, frustrated, like lost all determination. Like I used to have a spark in my eye when I would talk about what I wanted to be when I grew up. But that experience alone, being somewhere you don't want to be, you're not doing well, physically, mentally, you're not happy, you're not having fun. College is not, your experience is not what you think it's supposed to be. So I was just, waiting. Like, I'm like, I want to be Tinkerbell. Like, I want to wave my wand, pixie dust. Like, Black Girl Magic, where's mine? The leap of faith that I took was me literally saying, I'm leaving California. I'm leaving everything that I'm used to, everything I'm comfortable with. I'm leaving it behind. And I'm leaving my friends, my best friend. I'm leaving everybody. And I'm not leaving. You always go back, like visit. And I did for like a couple of summers in a row. But I'm leaving it. I gotta go. Like, this is not it. I'm packing my stuff. I'm leaving. So I came to Texas with the hopes of finishing out what I set out to do, which was go to college, finish, and whatever happens after that happens. So yeah, and they say, whatever makes you uncomfortable, that's your biggest opportunity for growth. And basically that it was my time. Like I was uncomfortable. I was too comfortable until I became uncomfortable. And that is when it was time for me to take that leap of faith and move on. It's raining. Why? I just want to be great. That's all. So yeah, it was time for me to shake things up, shake things around. So for a minute, I was embarrassed to share my story. I was embarrassed to talk about my freshman year of college. I was embarrassed that my friends were graduating in 2016 and I didn't finish until 2017. And even after, I came to Texas and I did well at Prairie View A&M University, where they produce productive people. I was still embarrassed. Like I didn't want to talk about how successful, like how good I was doing, because the people around me, the people closest to me, my friends, would make little comments, like little shady remarks, like, oh, you only doing good because you went to HBCU. Like, mind you, these are people that have never been to an HBCU a day in their life. How you know? How you know what's easy for me because of where I'm at? How is it that you know? Or people telling me like, oh, you out there living with your cousin and they're making it easy for you. No, I mean, yes, I'm grateful for my cousin and her husband. Very grateful to them for allowing me to, move here, live with them rent free. All they wanted me to do was focus on school. And I mean, I ended up getting a job because I wanted to have some money in my pocket, but that doesn't mean it was easy for me. Like you can't tell me what's easy for me. This is my walk. This is not your walk. You stay in your lane and I'm gonna stay in mine. Mind the business is paying you. Like I'm starting to get road rage because I'm about to beat the horn. You in my lane. Scoot over. And that's why, like, people are always like, oh, you're so quiet. You don't really know what's going on with Amanda unless, she talks about it. Yeah, because people, like, all my life, people have made little snide remarks like that. Even when I was in elementary school, when my principal would make, compliments to me or about me, not in my presence, and parents would be like, yeah, but she's sneaky. How dare you call a kid? What kid is not sneaky? I'm 10. Of course, I can't do everything I want to do, so I'm gonna sneak and do it. Like, and so does your child and every other child around here. But I'm getting too passionate. Calm down, Amanda. Calm down. You just never know what people are going through. I was looking at a little documentary that Kayla Nicole did, And I'm not saying little to discredit it, because people do that too. Oh, your little degree, your little job, your little purse. Why are you're mad? You real mad. Like, why are you so mad?
You mad. Look at you. You mad. You big mad.
But I was watching, I said little because it was a short. I was watching her short film documentary, and she was saying how people see who she is today and they don't realize what she went through to get there. She would go to school, get teased, get bullied, get ridiculed. And they didn't know that she was going home to this, small home that was like hanging on by a thread. Like, they didn't know what her outside life was. And that's how I feel about when people make assumptions about me and judgments about me. You don't know what I've gone through. Like, a lot of y'all don't even know, because I haven't shared, and I don't know when I will be comfortable with sharing it, but I'll say this little piece. A lot of people don't even realize that the tail end, I'm saying from September 2020 until I graduated from U of H with my doctorate degree, I endured, like, me and my family, we endured so much loss. Like, we lost 4 people in the span of like 2 to 3 months last year, from like September to November. Literally 4 people. And these were 4 people that were near and dear to me. And it had gotten to a point where I was ready to like end it all. I was ready to end school. I was ready to end my job. I was ready to end every relationship around me. At one point, I was ready to end life. Like, I was literally checking out, like I was done. And people, didn't pick up on it because I never missed a beat per se. I did become like super withdrawn from certain people. My conversations weren't as lengthy. I wasn't as excited. Ooh, my voice is shaking. I wasn't as excited. I wasn't as laugh. Like, I love to laugh. Everybody know me. I love to laugh. I wasn't laughing as much anymore. And it was because I was so sad. Like, I couldn't even be excited for myself because all these sad, traumatic things were happening around me. And it wasn't until recent when my cousin, we went to dinner the other day or lunch, and she told me, all these things don't happen to me or to you. They happen for us. Certain things have to take place in our life to realign us. And as bad as that sounds, it's the reality. And honestly, it wasn't until this past June that I realized every single part of my journey is beautiful. Like, the tears, the laughter, the pain that I felt, or that I'm still feeling in like certain spurts, it's beautiful. Like, it's a part of the lesson that I'm learning. And if you ever go through certain things that aren't as exciting, that aren't as welcoming, that you're not as welcoming to, it's okay. Like, it's when you look back and when you make it through, like, you're tougher than these tough situations that you go through, that we go through, that I go through. But we don't go through it. We grow through it. And that's what this is about. Like, when you take a leap of faith, when you feel uncomfortable or when you're getting too comfortable and then things become uncomfortable, that's because it's time for you to make a move. There were people that would tell me like, oh, like once I moved and once I stopped visiting, like frequenting California as often, oh, you've changed. I'm supposed to change. You're supposed to change. I feel bad for you because you're the same. We're supposed to change. Nobody's supposed to stay the exact same. The best decision I ever made was, saying I'm moving. Like, I'm moving states. There were too many distractions in California. I was living with my mom. That time from summer and fall semester where I took that break, I was living up life. When I tell you I was living life, I was living life. My mom, I wasn't paying no bills. I don't even think I was paying my cell phone bill at the time. I was still going out with my friends, going to their school still on the weekends, partying it up. I was living life. I was too comfortable. I had gotten too comfortable. So picking up and moving to Texas was the best decision I've ever made. It seems like as soon as my skin hit the southern air, it felt magical. Like, I felt like a brand new person. When I moved, I got my first, I was here for about, I want to say, I got here in September 2014, I got my first job. And then fast forward 7 years later, I have my job, I have my internship, I have 2 bachelors, I have a master's, I have a doctorate degree. And, I told y'all in the first episode that I would make like references to hip hop songs. So I'm gonna relate this one to my girl Coi Leray. She said, I'm on to better things. I'm only doing things that's gonna make me elevate. What else? She don't want people around her that's gonna make her better. And I feel like when I say finally, and I'm so grateful. I have people around me who push me. Well, we do this to each other. We push each other, laugh at each other, cry with each other. We argue, but we make up. Like, it's so rewarding to feel accepted, to feel loved, to feel like everything you put out is being reciprocated to you. I no longer have people that project their own insecurities on me. I don't have people looking at me telling me, oh, you think you're perfect, or oh, you finished with a doctorate degree because it was easy. I don't have that no more. I have like genuine friends around me that, you know, we bossing up together. And I feel like that's what it's about. Like, we need to surround ourselves with people that have minds like us so that we can feed off of each other. We can grow together, bounce ideas off of each other. It's so much fun. Like, and I didn't realize that I was settling for so much until I was introduced to the other side. Until I elevated, until I left an uncomfortable situation because it was time for me to go. Things happen on purpose. Believe that. Things happen on purpose. And none of that, I mean, it matters, but that's not the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that I'm finally happy. Like, I can genuinely say I am happy. I can say it's crazy how when I shifted my focus to myself, how things started to align for me, how things started to line up. Like, I started to attain everything I've always wanted. And I'm not done, but so far, I'm where I wanted to be. Like, I'm gonna post a picture on this side or that side, but it's gonna be a picture. And there's gonna be 5-year-old Amanda standing behind 26-year-old Amanda, which is now I'm 27. But the little girl behind the older woman, I'm glad that I was able to make her happy. I'm no longer focused on making other people happy. I'm no longer focused on what my mama think. I'm no longer focused on what my old friends think. I don't care. Like, I don't care no more. Because at the end of the day, I have to live for me. And so do you. You have to live for you. And I want this to be a lesson for everyone. Don't ever lose hope. Please believe that there are beautiful and amazing things waiting for you. As long as you don't lose hope, don't lose sight. And also, your mind is powerful. When you tell yourself you can't do something, guess what? You can't do it. When you tell yourself that you're not beautiful, that you're ugly, you're gonna believe it. Understand that the mind is powerful. Take care of it. Like how plants grow with water, water your mind. Feed your mind. Your mind lives off of nutrients. And once you learn to use it to its fullest extent, oh baby, it's up. And when it's up, it's stuck. When it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. Just like that. And I'm gonna end it off with this in case no one told you. And in case no one told you at all, ever, if no one told you recently, I'm proud of you for making progress. Progress that we can either see, or even progress that you haven't posted on social media. Progress that you haven't spoken of. Progress that maybe no one knows but you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And at the end of the day, it's important that you keep pushing. You don't give in. Don't give out. Keep your foot on the gas. I want everybody to know that's watching. I want y'all to know I'm here for you. If you want to shoot me a message on Instagram, if you want to DM me on Twitter, even if you don't want to respond and you just want to, vent, I am here. I'm here to listen. I'm here to guide if you need guidance. I'm here for all that. And yeah, we're going to grow together. Like, I'm glad, I'm so glad this video, I was scared about doing this video. And if you watch the whole thing, it's going to be long because I had a lot to say. But if you watch the whole thing, I appreciate you. And just how, you watch me. I watch you. Like I said, just shoot me a message. I'll respond. I promise. I'm going to respond. So yeah, that's the end of this. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all gained something from this. Keep going, y'all. Don't give up. Don't give out. all gas, no brakes. And this is not the end for me. Like, I don't want y'all to think this is the end for me. This is not the end for me. The marathon continues. We going. We're going to go until we can't stop. And for y'all that keep asking me if I'm ever going back to school, no, I'm not going back. I'm done. Done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Anyway, as always, comment, like, subscribe. Make sure y'all turn on y'all post notification bell so that y'all know anytime I do something on this channel, whether I post or I post a short story or whatever the case may be. Make sure so that y'all the first ones to get it. You know, like a premiere. Like, you know. Make sure y'all comment. Like, comment. Get my algorithms up. Thumbs up. Comment. Share. Sharing is caring. Make sure y'all share this video. And this was a video that anybody can relate to. Young, old, in the middle, seasoned, unseasoned, anybody. Everybody can relate to this story because I feel like we have to be okay with having uncomfortable conversations. Because those are the topics nobody wants to talk about. Like, I'm sure somebody who cares is going to get the real message. Other people are going to be like, oh, she failed college. I did, but guess what, baby? I'm done and I finished. Dr. G. Big Manda, not the little one. Girl, get it together. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna post a link in the description for my Twitter, for my Instagram. You know what? I'm gonna post my email too, so that if y'all wanna email me stories, I'm gonna open that up too. And on Tuesdays on Twitter, I post like Truth Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays I post my thoughts on Thursday. So, you know, y'all be reposting Justin LA Boy and that nonsense. I mean, I'll be posting it too. But if y'all can post that, y'all can post my positivity too. I mean, come on. Y'all can do it. So yeah, that's it. I will see y'all later. Next week. I'm gonna try posting once a week for sure. Y'all was blowing me up. Like, when the next video? Here it is. So make sure y'all run it up. Peace, love, enlightenment. I love y'all. Bye. Boomerang. Bottle girl. Bye, y'all.